Nice, will you shut up for a minute? We gotta get you the fuck out of Dodge, man. We're going to Vegas tonight.
What are you talking about, Vegas?
Vegas, baby, Vegas.
Hey, welcome back, subscribers. And to those new people stopping by for the first time, hey, welcome to you guys too. If you're finding this madness at all interesting, well, I'm not going to ask you. You know exactly what you need to do in order to follow along. I just want to start off by saying a little bit of public service announcement once again about this whole coronavirus that is being blown out of proportion and causing panic. Okay? I made a mistake in my last video by saying, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself, and then saying Kennedy said that. No, that was my bad. That was Roosevelt. I wanted to just clear that up. But that's exactly what we're dealing with here, guys. You go to the store. People are more worried about shit tickets than they are for food for their family or things like this. I see carts and carts of people that are buying water. Come on, it's not going to affect the water supply. Stores are empty. Shelves are empty. That is what concerns me the most. Because it's going to take time to get that food back on the shelf. In my store, it's a ghost town. There's nothing on the shelves. And I'm sure you're seeing the exact same thing in your stores. People are panicking. My friend in Portland, he at the Winco store, which is a big shopping store, okay, they shut it down because, number one, lack of product, and people are fighting over food. This is to be feared, people, not the virus. All right? Don't worry about that. People are going to get sick. They're going to have cold-like symptoms. They're going to probably just end up having the flu. If you're older or if you're elderly, then yes, perhaps you need to take some more precautions. But the precaution that I recommend everybody to do is what I'm doing, because I practice what I preach. I take my 5,000, roughly 3,000 to 5,000 milligrams of vitamin C broken up through the period of a day, and 5,000 IU of vitamin D3 a day. I dress warm. Yes, it's cold where I am. I'm in Oregon, Central Oregon, and it's snowing outside right now. So the virus is going to stick around. Even if it wasn't snowing, I would still be dressing more warmly than I normally would. I'd put on long johns. It's okay. Places like Thailand, of course, as you know, I go to Thailand and I have friends in Thailand, and it's over 75 degrees there. If you notice the numbers, they've been staying right about 40, 45, right up in that area, and it's not progressing at the fast rate because it's warm. Therefore, if you just keep your body warm, warmer than usual, you're going to be perfectly fine because you're creating the environment within yourself that is in itself warm. I recommend people not to drink cold fluids. Right now I'm sipping on tea. All right? My lemon herbal tea that I normally drink anyway this time of year. And I haven't been sick in the past 15, 20 years. And I'm not kidding about that. Yes, granted, I don't have kids and those little germ monsters that like to come around and get everybody sick. I don't have those. But I do work in the public, and I do work with individuals and people on a regular basis. And I have to attend, symposiums and things like that for my work. And therefore, I am around large groups of people. The next step is what's going to kick in is quarantine. All right? If you don't have food in your house, at least get something. It doesn't matter if it's oatmeal. It doesn't matter if it's pancake mix. Because I'll tell you what's going to happen. It's going to take, in case I didn't mention this, about a month, perhaps longer, before these stores are restocked. Now, the situation I'm talking about is not only happening in my little town, not only happening in Oregon, but it's happening across the whole United States. I would hope that you guys at least have food in your storage and food ready for you and your family. I hope you guys are staying warm and doing the basic things needed in order to keep this stuff at bay. Don't panic, okay? Anyway, as everybody else in the world is going crazy, I must be crazy. Because today, I'm actually going to be putting money into a casino. Now, online casino. Now, I've done great research on this. There are a lot of casinos you have to be afraid of. There are casinos I would steer away from. And there are those that stay or are highly recommended. Of the two of them that I found to be most recommended with the games that I like, including, of course, the live games, are going to be Slots LV and betonline.ug. Now, those were a toss-up between the two of them. I like them both for one reason. Actually, two reasons. I like them both because they take Bitcoin. Now, if you're a U.S. player or have difficulty with funding an account, I want you to keep this in mind. There are many people that are using debit cards to make the transaction, and their banks are refusing them. Okay? They might make the transaction and make the deposit, but getting the money back might be difficult because although it might not be illegal to gamble online, it's illegal for bank institutions to do business with these gambling sites. The only workaround I could think of that makes good logical sense and is kind of a backdoor way of doing it is through using Bitcoin. Now, I don't purport to be an expert on Bitcoins at all. I understand the process, and I have not gone through this process at all. What you're seeing here is me possibly making a mistake, but because of that, I'm going to be making my first deposit of $20, which is another nice thing that I like about using Slots LV, is because of the denomination for your first deposit. So you can check things out. So you're not putting too much at risk as you're setting things up. Okay. The other most important thing why I chose Slots LV is because it's out of Canada. Now, with me, I know a lot of Canadians. They have to be one of the most down-to-earth, cool group of people, aside from Thailand, that I've run into. I don't see them being, this isn't fair to say, but as a group, I don't see them being the type of people who are going to do something devious in order to try to extort money out of you, if you know what I mean. More importantly, the gambling license for Slots LV is out of an Indian casino regulation up there in Canada, whereas Bet Online, it just says license of Panama. Now, I don't know how comfortable you feel about that, but Panama is just seeing the word Panama up there for the gambling license and the oversight and the regulatory board is not one that I'm cool with. You can make your own choices about that. But with me, I'm choosing Slots LV. Now, with Bitcoin, it circumvents, once again, the banking situation. It's nice. You set up, which the first thing you have to do is you have to set up an exchange. It's kind of like an exchange wallet. Okay? The exchange wallet is very similar to a stock market, for example. You go ahead and you choose your stock, you buy it, whatever. Okay? And then what you do after you've purchased it is you have to transfer that to your wallet. Okay? Your Bitcoin wallet. And then from there, when you go to the Slots LV site, when you go to click on Bitcoin, it's going to give you an address. You go back to your wallet, you put the address in there, making sure that you copy and paste it correctly, and then you hit send, and then within your account, in approximately 15 minutes from what they say, you're going to go ahead and get the money in your account. Okay. I don't know exactly how long this video is currently. Normally I have a little timer, but because I'm so large screen on this, I don't know how much time. So I'm just going to keep rolling with it. If I have to cut it up into part A or part B, I'll go ahead and I'll do that. But that's dependent on the time of this. Okay. So the first thing that you want to do, that I recommend that you do, is find an exchange wallet that is reputable and has been in business a long time. The same holds true for a casino. you want to choose a casino that's been in existence for at least 10, 12 years. All right. There are many out there that have been there longer, but their interfaces are a little bit older looking, and I kind of like to, have a couple bells and whistles and make it kind of fun along the process instead of looking at a dull screen. Okay. So what I've done here in the past, I've had a Coinbase account that was set up. Okay. In setting it up, I had it for a while, forgot that I had it because I was doing some trading a while back. And I do personally think that Bitcoin could very possibly be a currency of the future because, for whatever reason, there's a possibility of that. What's nice about this too is the money that I have, I could be slowly building up a Bitcoin account, okay, or a Bitcoin investment with my winnings. Something to think about. The other nice thing about it, of course, if you want the money immediately, is it's just a transfer from your Coinbase. And the other thing I like about this too is it asks you if you want to verify your account. It doesn't matter, authorizing new device. It's always going to say that because they want to make sure that's what's going on. So hang on, let me go ahead and jump into my email so I'm not taking up too much time. Okay, I'm hoping this is recording. If not, then I hit the wrong F9 key, whatever. Anyway, I'll just go with it. If not, I'll just go ahead and re-record this. Anyway, it's nice because it is going to send you an email making sure that you are the person who should be in your account. There are many other different types of wallets out there, but the one thing that I'm concerned about is that you make sure you do not put it on your phone. Why? Phones get lost. If you lose your phone, you lose your data. You don't want to lose that. You want to at least put it on your computer, which isn't the most secure way of doing it. And there are other options like a hard wallet and things like that. But that's up to you to go ahead and for you to look into, depending on how much money you're putting into it. Me, I'm just dropping probably, well, $20 this time, $25 to get it started, and probably overall $150. So no big deal. It is what it is. If I lose it during this process, then I lose it. But I'm not worried about it too much. So anyway, the one thing you want to do in setting up your account is you go through all the buttons here. Coinbase is nice. You go to your trade. It's going to, in the process of you setting it up, it's going to ask what accounts you have and the whole 9 yards. So it lets you know where the money's coming from and where it's going to. And there's a verification process. And life is very good about that, okay? So I'm going to just put in $25 to start off with. The minimum amount that you can do is $20 with Slots LV, which is something I like, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and select my account I want to do. Now with me and all of my accounts, what I do is I designate a specific account for my gambling, which is what I normally do, and this is the account I have set up that I've had over the years, and I just kind of linked it to this. I did, of course, break it off from that account to form a different account specifically for this online thing. So in case something happens along the way, I don't know, hypothetically, maybe it gets hacked, I don't know. I don't totally trust it. So this, of course, limits the access to the amount of money that is in this smaller account. I don't want to put it into the larger account, okay? So I click that. It says, okay, preview the buy. It's buying Bitcoin, all right? And I'm going to preview it. And purchase, see that the fees on this is only $1.49, which isn't too bad. I do like that. That's another great reason why to have Bitcoin is the fees are generally a lot lower than it would be if you were to ask for a cashier's check mailed to you 15 days or wired to your account. This is where they're going to make their fees of their $75, their $50. So that's another good reason why I choose Bitcoin. I'm going to set it up here. I'm going to click on the buy now. Might take a minute. I don't know. God, I hope this is still recording. I have no idea. Your order was submitted. We will send you an email when your order status is updated. Okay? So right now, minus the fees, it took out $23, which isn't too bad. So anyway, I'm going to pause this and see if I get the email. Hang on a second. Okay, the transaction, I just checked my email right away, and it was there. However, in looking at this, it looks like it won't be able to be sent until March 19th. So this is, of course, going to be part 1 of this, because, of course, I'm going to have to wait until March 19th until that's completed. And then I can carry on with my madness of actually starting and opening up an online. I can't believe I'm doing this. The world has gone crazy, and so have I. I don't believe in online gambling. But at least it's fun. You know, it's $150, no big deal. And that way I can bring you guys some live content and possibly go live with all of my playing. So you guys can sit back and watch, and if I win, great. If I lose, then that's great too. But I'm going to keep this transparent like I have all of my videos. If you look back at my craps or my roulette, I'm not the kind of guy who's just going to show you whatever works in that moment, because that's a waste of my time. My time is valuable, but I'm happy to be sharing it with you. All right, after this, my next step, of course, would be to download, or I've already downloaded it, but would be to use Exodus. Now, Exodus is going to be your actual wallet. So this is your exchange wallet. This is your wallet. Okay. I'm not going to get into it in this video, but I will start with that in the next time around. I'm going to bring this to a close. I was hoping to bring it to you on a Friday night, because it is a Friday night, and it will be released on a Friday night, this part 1. But more importantly, we're just going to go ahead and sit back and wait until the 19th. In the meantime, yeah, I'm going to put out some videos, play around with things, at least keep you guys up to date, and especially those newer people who are just stopping by. We're going to take things from there. So once again, everybody, if you're first time visiting and you want to carry through this madness, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe. Doesn't matter. If you want to follow on, cool. If not, that's cool too. Again, with me, I don't really care about making money on YouTube. I'm more happy with sharing my hobby with you, sharing what works for me, in hopes of when you go to a casino, you're going to be making money. You have that discipline to walk away. And you just are responsible in doing so. You're having fun. But most importantly, again, making money. And that's what I want for everybody else, because this works for me. All right? Everybody, don't freak out of this coronavirus. Get some food in the house. You know, be prepared. Drink your warm teas or whatever you want to have. Don't drink cold liquids. I wouldn't recommend that. You want to keep your body temperature warm. And then life will be cool. You make it through this madness, which, whatever it is. I mean, in Oregon right now, they've closed all the schools. They've closed events. They closed the NBA. Soon they're going to be closing work. Soon they're going to be telling people to stay home. And it's going to be a shit show. So just write it out. This will pass. And don't freak out about anything. All right? With that in mind, you guys have a great day. A better tomorrow. And Choktikap, which is Thai. That means best of luck to you. Hey, you guys take it easy now.